Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Tonight's video is going to be the North Queensland Cowboys 2021 predicted team list. So I've gone through the Cowboys squad and I've put together their best 1 to 17 for the 2021 NRL season, and I've also got the 4 players in the reserves. Before I get into that though, I just want to say that if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you do. We're currently at 1,048 subscribers. The channel is doing very well, and I appreciate everyone who's taking the time out of their day or night to watch my videos. So this is a bit of a late upload tonight. I'm recording this at 10 o'clock on a Saturday night, so I do apologise for a late upload, but hey, it's the weekend, and I'm guessing a lot of you guys will probably still be awake on a Saturday night at 10 o'clock, but without further ado, let's get into it. So this is my North Queensland Cowboys 2021 predicted team. Fullback, Valentine Holmes. On the wings, Kyle Feldt and Murray Taulagi. In the centres, Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow and Isan Masters. In the halves, 5'8", Scott Drinkwater. The halfback, Michael Morgan. The front row of Josh Maguire and Francis Molo. The hooker is Reece Robson. The second row of Tom Gilbert and Mitchell Dunn. The lock is Jason Taumalolo. And on the interchange bench, it is Jake Granville, Cohen Hess, Jordan McLean and Lachlan Burr. And obviously the coach is the new coach, Todd Payton. And the reserves, I have decided to go with Jake Clifford, Justin O'Neill, Shane Wright and Corey Jensen. So obviously that, in my opinion, is the best North Queensland Cowboys 1 to 17 for this year. So obviously the fullback, Valentine Holmes. A lot of people are talking about maybe putting Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow at fullback, but I feel like a full pre-season for Valentine Holmes at fullback would be the best thing for the club going forward. So I feel like Valentine Holmes needs to be playing fullback, and I wouldn't say he had a terrible 2020, but I think he can definitely improve on that. He obviously started slow. He had a pretty good back end of year, but I think Val Holmes will improve at fullback this year, and I think he probably is the best fullback for the Cowboys going forward. The wingers, Kyle Feldt and Murray Taulagi. Kyle Feldt's a no-brainer. I believe he'll play State of Origin football in 2021. So he's a no-brainer. He's a try scorer. Probably one of the best Cowboys outside backs in a long time. The other winger I got is the youngster, Murray Taulagi. A lot of talk about Justin O'Neill, maybe even David Bowen, even someone like Dejan Assi or Connor Lemilu. They could all be fighting over this spot, but I feel like Murray Taulagi, he's had a few games on the wing before. He's proved himself, and I think Murray Taulagi needs more time in first grade to become a better player. So got him on the wing. The centres, Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow and Isan Masters. Now, obviously, Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow, aka the Hammer, he wants to be playing in the centres apparently this year, and he's been there all pre-season. So obviously, he'll be getting first crack in the centres along with Isan Masters, and hopefully the Hammer goes well there. So I got him in the centres, and if he doesn't do well in the centres, he'll probably move to the wing, and O'Neill will probably come into the centres, and Taulagi probably drop out. But I think the Hammer in the centres will be interesting to see how he goes. So he's in the centres along with the other centre, Isan Masters. Had a pretty disappointing 2020 season, and I think he can really improve off that last year. He had a pretty average season last year, and I think at the back end of the year, the last 4 or 5 rounds or so, he played fairly well, but needs to be doing that for more. It needs to be doing that more often. So I got Masters and Hammer in the centres. In the halves, Scott Drinkwater and Michael Morgan. Now Scott Drinkwater had a very mixed season. He had one good game, then he'd have a couple of shockers, then he'd have another good game. Very inconsistent, but I think he can really improve of that. Scott Drinkwater, a very good attacking player. He's always good ball runner. I think he needs to improve on his defence and his kicking game. But overall, last year was his first full season at 5'8" since his under 18 days. So I hope Drinkwater has a better year in 2021, and I think he will. And obviously, I've got the halfback, Michael Morgan. We all know Michael Morgan's a world-class halfback. He gets the job done week in, week out. He hasn't been playing a whole lot the last couple of years due to injury. I think he only played 5 or 6 games last year. So hopefully he can stay injury-free. And if he does, the Cowboys will do very well. So Michael Morgan, it all comes on the back of him. And I think he'll have a big season in 2021. So Michael Morgan is obviously the halfback. The front row, Maguire, and I've gone with Mollo. Now, Josh Maguire, I thought he had a pretty good year last year in a struggling side. Josh Maguire played quite well for the Cowboys and somehow didn't play State of Origin football, but I thought Josh Maguire was quite solid for the Cowboys, and he could probably improve a little bit more, maybe get some of his dirty tactics out of his game and just be a better leader in general, but I thought he was okay last year, and he definitely deserves to start for the Cowboys here, so got him front row, along with big Frankie Mollo. He came off the bench a lot last year, Francis Mollo, and I thought he did a terrific job. I thought he played better than Jordan McLean did last year, and I think Francis Mollo is very close to starting, so I feel like maybe start Francis Mollo and maybe bench Jordan McLean, put a little bit of pressure on McLean, but I think Mollo deserves to start, so I've got Maguire and Mollo up front. The hooker is Reece Robson, again, in a very poor Cowboys team last year. Reece Robson was a very good shining light for the Cowboys, and I think he deserves to retain the hooker position. A lot of talk about Jake Granville and Ruben Cotter. Ruben Cotter would be a decent option, but I don't know if he's ready for full-time first grade yet. So I feel like Reece Robson still has his nose in front of Jake Granville. So I've got Robson at dummy half. The back row, I've got two youngsters here. Tom Gilbert and Mitchell Dunn now. Tom Gilbert, I've got a pretty big rap on Tom Gilbert. I think the more time he gets in first grade, the better he'll become as a player. I think he's pretty solid, Tom Gilbert. He's a big man. He will worry the defensive line if he gets a good combination with the halves partner, whether it be Drinkwater or Morgan, depending on what side he plays on. But I think Tom Gilbert's a player of the future and a player to watch out for. So got him in the back row. And Mitch Dunn, we're seeing glimpses of Mitch Dunn. He's a bit of a ball playing back row, similar to Wade Graham. They love ball playing and all that. So I think Mitch Dunn, I think he deserves to be in this team somewhere. So I've got him on the edge. And the lock, well, picks himself. Jason Taumalolo, probably the best forward in the NRL. When you compare all the forwards in the game and you're putting them all together in a list, front row, back row, lock, Taumalolo's the best out of all of them. Not even being biased. You just got to look at the numbers, look at the stats, watch the games. Taumalolo's the best forward in the game, and he's a fantastic leader, and I'm so glad he's at the Cowboys. So Taumalolo at lock is a no-brainer. And on the bench, I've gone with Jake Granville, the first player. I think he'll probably come on for Reece Robson when he has a breather. So obviously, the Cowboys like to play with two hookers, so Granville will probably come on for Robson when he wears out a little bit after 25, 30 minutes. So Granville makes the bench, and a couple other forwards, Cohen Hess and Jordan McLean and Lachlan Burr. Now, Cohen Hess, he'll probably come on and play a bit of back row, maybe a little bit of front row as well. I think Cohen Hess playing on an edge. I think his days on the edge maybe getting a bit stale, and maybe he should become more of a front rower nowadays, but I think his role for the team this year will be coming on and playing a bit of back row for probably Tom Gilbert when he wears out. So Cohen S makes the bench. The other two front rowers, Jordan McLean and Lachlan Burr. Like I said before about Jordan McLean, I think Frankie Mollo deserves to start. McLean would be good off the bench. He brings experience. He brings a little bit of leadership, and he knows how to do the job. So I think Jordan McLean on the bench would be a good thing for the Cowboys. And the last player they got on the bench is Lachlan Burr. We picked him up from the Warriors. He basically followed Todd Payton over from the Warriors to the Cowboys. Now, Lachlan Burr will probably come on around the 30th minute mark, maybe the 25th minute mark. Play a bit of front row, probably for Maguire. Probably come on, play about 20 minutes a game, maybe 25 minutes, and just go hard and do a job and get into it. So I've got Lachlan Burr on the bench, and I'll get through the reserves really quickly because I'm going on a little bit longer than I wanted to here. Jake Clifford, he'll be the backup half. If there's an injury to Morgan or Drinkwater, Clifford will be straight in. Even if there's an injury to Jake Granville, he'll probably come in onto the bench. So Clifford is a no-brainer to be in the reserves. Along with Justin O'Neill, if there's an injury in the outside backs, he'll be straight in, without a doubt. Along with the other two forwards I got is Shane Wright and Corey Jensen. Now, Shane Wright could even be playing back row for the Cowboys. He might be on the bench. Who knows? But Shane Wright, he had a good 2019 season, but 2020 didn't really get much game time. But I think that'll probably change a lot this year with Todd Payton in charge. So Shane Wright makes the reserves along with Corey Jensen. Now, Corey Jensen, he used to average about 200 metres in Queensland Cup. So I think he needs to be getting more game time, Corey Jensen. I think he's a really solid player off the bench. So I've got him in the reserves at the moment, but hopefully he can make the side in the near future. But anyway, guys, that's my North Queensland Cowboys 2021 predicted team. Let me know in the comment section below what your Cowboys 2021 predicted team is. It's a very tough one. I got some good things going for them there, the Cowboys, and We'll see how they go in 2021. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed tonight's video, make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.